नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ। I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis sitting with us around the world through Nithyananda TV, Lotus News Channel, Sadhana TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, Guadalupe Rameshwaram, Kuala Lumpur Palani, Vancouver British Columbia, Houston Kalahasti, Toronto Kailasam, Ohio Prayag, Los Angeles Arunachalam, Singapore Singapuram, Seattle Chidambaram, Paris Kalighat, San Jose Madurai, Charlotte Srisailam, Slovakia Shivaloka, Enriching Temple Vididi, Bangalore North, Ohio Prayag, Ohio Mashivananda, Houston, Hyderabad Guptakashi, Dubai Vaidyanatham, Netherlands, New York Varanasi, East London UK, Dallas Dwaraka, Tiruvanmiyur Dhyanapitham, Indrani New Jersey, Oman Sivagangai, Kathmandu Nepal, Jorpati Nepal, Mandavali Chennai, Varanasi, San Diego, La Jolla. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today, 20th batch Inner Awakening, 5th day, 17th Ingenious, 5th day, 19th batch Nirahara Samyama, level 2, 2nd day, 9th batch Di Samyama, 5th day. Tomorrow we will be starting 20th batch Nirahara Samyama, just to pay our respects to Gandhi. One good thing he did is he brought that idea of non-eating into Indian consciousness for some reason. So just for that, we will start the today's Nirahara Samyama batch, which was supposed to start today. Mahadeva is gracing on Nagam Yaida Badalam, the Leela Dhyana. Today's Leela Dhyana is Nagam Yaida Badalam. Once a demon appeared as a huge snake and tried to destroy the whole Madurai. Mahadeva sends the arrow and contains that poison released by the snake and finally kills the snake. So today our Leela Dhyana will be Mahadeva gracing the Madurai by protecting it from huge demon snake. I'll continue to expand on the science of completion. Before entering into the session today, I wanted to give you all one beautiful experience See, the power of completion. If you are complete, there won't be difference between your life and the dream state, deep sleep state, and what you call as your life, waking state. And please listen, if there is a difference between your dream state and deep sleep state and waking state, still you have not become complete. In the space of completion, the difference between all these three will disappear, because all the three will be filled by awakened state. Listen, waking state is different, awakened state is different. And if you don't find difference between your dream, deep sleep and waking state while you are alive, I promise you, you will not find a difference even after you leave the body. Once you move out of the body, you will not have any difference. You will not have fear, suffering, darkness. Like Upanishads describe, Antena tamasavrita. Isavasya Upanishad says, somebody who doesn't live the life of integrity, authenticity, dharma, enters into the dark worlds, dark spaces after death. I tell you, while you are sleeping every day, dreaming every day, if you don't enter into dark spaces, you will not enter into the dark spaces while you are dead, when you are dead. So best way to plan for your death is every night before sleeping, do completion for at least 1 hour. Please understand. Every night, if you do completion, you will not have any difference between dream, deep sleep, waking state. All the three will be filled with something called awakened state. And you will not have the dark worlds, dark space, depression, conflict, powerlessness, even after you leave the body. I always described this experience to very close disciples. Only to a group of ashramites I have described. Very few ashramites I have described. Don't worry, there is no such thing as death exists. If you die also, it will be like walking from one department of the ashram to another department of the ashram. Because after death, where you go also is my departments only, don't worry. They are also under me only. But first time, one of our devotee who has not heard these words from me has experienced this space. The space of Akshardham. See, Akshardham means, the Sanskrit word means imperishable space, eternal space. When you are living and when you pass away, when you enter into death, if there is no difference, you are entered into Akshardham. One of our devotee, Houston, our Dhyanatma's mother, had this experience. When she wrote the email, the Anatma came and presented that email to me. I'll read out that experience to you guys. When the Anatma came and read out that email to me, or trying to show that to me, the moment I saw few lines, I had a deep revelation. It's a real experience. I told the Anatma, you send it to the admin team and I'll see it later on and tell you. After seeing, I was contemplating what was it exactly happening to her. She actually experienced the Akshardham. How the Akshardham is going to be. The first devotee experienced and came back and reported. Is Ma Batmini Bail. I'll read out that experience to all of you. I'll tell them to pull that email out and read out. But I wanted all of you to learn an important lesson from this whole incident. I really wanted everyone to learn the very important lesson. Because when I read that mail, I was so happy. See, still now Akshardham is only an imaginary space because none of our devotees have experienced it and came back and reported. I'll tell you exactly what I am trying to tell you all by the word Akshardham. See, how much ever now you try to do completion, integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, you drill, you act as if you are a big guy, you are living integrity, you are living authenticity, you do all the drama. The moment you fall asleep, you know the dirt in which you are falling. When you wake up next day morning, you know you are caught in so many fears. You have been in a very low space. How many of you understand that? That has to be addressed. That has to be addressed. When you fall into the dream state and deep sleep state, in Sanskrit, we have a beautiful word, avastatraya, jakrat, swapna, sushupti. In this three state, while you fall into the dream and to the deep sleep, all these three states, you should fall into the same powerful space. While you are in the waking state, how you feel things are in your control. You should experience the same powerfulness with integrity and authenticity and responsibility during the waking, dream and deep sleep state, all three. Some people experiencing dream state even now. Even in the waking state. I am not saying you should experience dream in the waking state. I am saying you should experience waking in the dream state. Listen. Completion should be practiced every night before falling asleep so that in the night time, even in your dream or the deep sleep state, you will continue to be in that space of completion and powerfulness. The existence of awareness, you will know what you are and what you are doing, what is expected of you and what you are supposed to expect, everything clearly. Anybody who feels the same completion state in all three space, waking, dreaming, deep sleep. When you leave the body, you will experience Akshardham. Means the eternal space. You don't have death. And I have not spoken this in public ever, because it is such mystical subject. Even to all the ashramites, I have not spoken about it. Only very few ashramites I told, I don't have fear of death. When you leave the body, you will not fall into any dark space. You will not fall into any powerless space. I know for sure Ma Vishweshwara, Batmini Bale never heard this from my mouth directly. If she heard, then we can say maybe because she heard, she has imagined and all that. No. I know for sure I have not spoken about it to everyone. If I have, I would have mentioned in a line like a passer thing or something. When she wrote her experience, I was so happy that somebody experientially experienced what I described as Akshardham, imperishable space. I tell you, this is my Guru Vak for all my disciples. Anybody who thinks myself as their Guru. To all my disciples, followers, devotees, this is my Guru Vak. Please understand, listen to this statement. Having health, wealth, success, excellence, through integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching is okay, great, no problem, nice. But while you are in the body, it is your responsibility to experience Akshardham at least once, so that you are clear, your reservation is confirmed. Your ticket, stay, place, everything in Akshardham is confirmed. So that you don't need to have the incompletion of what will happen to me after death. What will happen to me after I leave the body? I tell you, how much ever I talk to you, I will not be able to give you that completion what Ma Vishweshwara is having now. See, that completion in her being, I will not be able to give you by talking. She earned it as her experience. I want every one of you to earn it as your experience. So, my Guru Vak for all of you, while you are in the body, you should take up having your space reserved, ensuring your space in Akshardham. This can be done only by every night completion before falling asleep. Understand, before falling asleep, completion should be a must. It should be like a breathing. I tell you, even if you give up morning Pada Puja, it's okay. But don't give up the night completion process, because even once if you experience how your space will be after you leave the body. All the incompletions about life and death will disappear. Now you know your space is reserved. Your space is reserved. Understand? Reserving your space, ensuring your space in Akshardham should be done by every disciple as early as possible. See, having your space in Akshardham is enlightenment. That is enlightenment. Your Videha Mukti is guaranteed. If you have ensured your space in Akshardham, if you have ensured you are in that eternal space, I tell you, the goal of your life is achieved. You are done. Because you need a very high level of integrity and authenticity to experience the space of Akshardham. Sometimes it comes as a gift from the Master, but even as a gift from the Master, it comes only if you have that level of connection with the Master. Your integrity with the Master should be so high. It can come in two ways. One, integrity with the life. Second, integrity with the Master. Any one way it will come. But once you have that Akshardham experience, I tell you, there is no more incompletions with life or death. You are now free. I'll read out our email, our experience. Last Saturday, 21st September, Vishweshwara had a very interesting dream. The dream had happened just before getting up in the morning. This timing confirms it is experience, not just dream. I sat and scanned the whole thing and relived her, what she went through. Because when Dhyanatma brought and showed me, I thought there is more to explore. Usually when people come and show the email, in 1 second I'll glance and say, Tatastu, okay, I'll take care, okay, blessings, tell her my blessings and healing and all that, that's all. But when Dhyanatma came and showed this email, I felt very clearly there is something more I have to do about it. It's a profound experience. The dream had happened just before getting up in the morning. When Vishweshwara came to the waking stage, the dream was fresh and clear. It was more real than the waking stage. Vishweshwara, that is why I am telling it is not dream. You can't call this as a dream. It's an experience. She recollected again before getting up from the bed. First scene was she was getting out of the car and had a Swamiji's book in her hand. There were a group of people around. She gave that book to one person and asked that person to read the book. The next scene looks like in Biddi. She is sitting in a chair and knows that she is going to die. There is no fear at all in her. There were a lot of people around. They called Swamiji. He came and put his thumb on Vishweshwara's Ajna Chakra and starts pressing it. Ma Vishweshwara remembers holding some kumkum in her right hand. She folded her hands, started saying, Ma Durga, Ma Durga. She wondered why she is saying Ma Durga. Then she started saying Om Reem Nithyanandaya Namaha. As Swamiji was pressing the Ajna Chakra, her breath became slow and steady gradually. All this was more real than real. Then she heard Swamiji telling to the group of people around, soul left the body, and he also said, today we will have big homa. Then the crowd dispersed. Swamiji went and sat in his seat. Now comes the very interesting part. Ma Vishweshwara did not have any hesitation to approach Swamiji. She felt very free and childlike, because then you don't have all these restriction. She went and tapped gently on his right shoulder and said, Swamiji, what is this? Swamiji, I do not feel I am dead. I feel so alive. Then Swamiji looked at her direction and said, Ma, I put you in that space, just enjoy. Then Ma Vishweshwara woke and could not believe what she just went through. It was such a sweet experience. If death is so beautiful, she wondered she can die many times. Whole thing felt so real and refreshing. With a deep gratitude, Ma Vishweshwara bows down to Swamiji for giving her this beautiful experience. Great. This is from Brahmaswarupa. As I said, the whole thing is the experience. See, actually now, you can also test whether it's a real experience or a fantasy, imagination. You can also test. You may think how you can test. You will see our death will happen exactly as she described now in this email. Based on this, you guys will understand whether this experience is true or not. I can tell you, it is clearly the experience of Akshardham. And there is a beautiful story in the Krishna's life. One Gopika cries to Narada, saying that, I know if I leave this body, I will not have any restrictions and be away from Krishna. If I leave this body, I know I will merge into Krishna. So please tell Krishna at least to take away this body so that I will relax in him. Nothing will separate me and him. Now this body is separating me and him too much. I tell you, actually, when you don't have body, all the social yes no's disappear. The social yes no's are the biggest headache, where I also have to maintain that yes no. You also have to maintain that yes no, the law of the land and the law of the society on which we have to operate. That carries so much of yes no. All these yes no's gets destroyed, disappears when you are in the Akshardham. Please understand, I am not a guru just to give you little health and peace, wealth and excellence. I am not against all that, but I am not just for that. Don't you see, even if you get the health, body itself is a sickness. What is the use of the health in that great sickness? Life itself is such a big incompletion. What your excellence can lead you to any completion? Life itself is a poverty. How much of wealth can lead you to be complete and experience wealthy? I tell you, I am not just the guru happened, the master happened to give you little health, wealth, or excellence, success. helping you to create the reality you wanted. I do all that. But I don't stop there. The real gift I wanted to give you all, the real experience I wanted all of you to have from me is the experience of Akshardham, the ultimate reality. Reserving your space into that eternal space, I tell you. The moment you experience Akshardham, even once in your life, now you are ready to age gracefully. Now you are ready to leave the body gracefully. Now, Ma Vishweshwara to take the responsibility of that project of graceful exit and graceful aging. Vishweshwara and Brahmaswarupa, both of you guys should take up that. Aging gracefully and graceful exit. Because now you guys are the ideal. Now this is a very important thing. I can tell you, this is one of the greatest gift you can receive from incarnation. And I tell you, I really tell you, I am here to give this gift. I wanted all the devotees, disciples to take this up as a life, to take this up as a life. Do completion every night. This is more powerful than any kriya, any yoga. Actually, if you do completion every night, you will automatically wake up early morning so fresh. Completion every night before falling asleep. Completion every night before falling asleep is the greatest spiritual experience. I'll give the essence in Hindi. आपके जीवन में 3 अवस्था उपस्थित है, जगी हुई अवस्था, स्वप्न अवस्था और सुषुप्तिया गहरी निद्रा की अवस्था। यदि आपकी जगी में हुई अवस्था, सुषुप्त अवस्था और स्वप्न स्थिति, इन तीनों में अंतर है, तो ये समझिए कि आप अभी पूर्ण नहीं हुए हैं। जब आप पूर्ण हैं, आपकी तीनों अवस्थाओं में आप जागृत रहेंगे। जागृत होना और जगे हुए अवस्था, इन दोनों में बड़ा व्यत्यास है। यदि आप रात को जगी हुई अवस्था, सुषुप्त अवस्था और स्वप्न स्थिति को एक समान ही पाते हैं, तो आप मृत्यु के समय में भी कोई भय या अंधेरा नहीं देखेंगे। मृत्यु का इस तरह सामना करने के लिए हर रात कम से कम 1 घंटा पूर्णत्व कीजिए। मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप सभी एक महत्वपूर्ण पाठ पढ़ें। अक्षरधाम इस शब्द द्वारा मैं क्या कहना चाहता हूँ? जब आप रात को स्वप्न या सुषुप्त अवस्था में जाते हैं, आपको उसी तरह का शक्तिशाली अनुभव होना चाहिए जो आप जागृत अवस्था में अनुभव करते हैं। पूर्णत्व का अभ्यास हर रात को किया जाना चाहिए ताकि आप स्वप्न और सुषुप्त अवस्था में भी पूर्णत्व का अनुभव कर सकते हैं, जागृत चेतना का अनुभव कर सकते हैं। जो भी इन तीनों अवस्थाओं में वही पूर्णत्व का अनुभव करते हैं, वो मृत्यु के समय अक्षरधाम का अनुभव करेंगे। There is a question. Swamiji, is it more important to spend that time doing completion of that day's incident or the past incidents? That day's incidents are closer to our life, but past incidents are the root current of incompletions. So which one to give priority? Please listen. The root current of incompletions, root of current incompletions, the past incidents should be given the priority. And I tell you, they will melt down in few days, few weeks. When the past incidents are no more there in your inner space, in your cognition, then you can finish that day's incidents. But the past incidents, which are the root current of incompletions, should be given the first priority. And I tell you, that's the most powerful, it's the right word I will use, most powerful process, technique. So, the essence of today's satsang is spend at least 1 hour, minimum half an hour to at least 1 hour doing completions with you. You will really achieve ultimately what has to be achieved. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.